Good morning, my dear students. We are meeting after a fortnight. Wish you all the best. Today we shall start a new chapter, Atomic Structure and Chemical Bonding. In this chapter we shall study about the structure of an atom, how an atom is made up of, how any substance is made up of. Regarding this, many concepts, many theories has been given. All the theories have been given by different philosophers. Maharishi Kannad of India was probably the first philosopher to give the concept about the structure of an atom. First of all, we should know what is philosopher. Philosopher means a person who thinks about the betterment of anything. So Maharishi Kannad, he was from India. He gave his first theory that what is an atom. Here we see a substance, any matter. In Hindi we call it padarth, ya cheese. Any cheese, it is made up of Parmanu. Parmanu means in Hindi we call it Param plus Anu. Param means ultimate. Anu means particle, smallest particle. Suppose if we break a piece of chalk, it is a big piece of chalk. If we go on breaking, what will happen? A stage will come that we cannot break it further. That smallest particle is called as Parmanu, and two or more Parmanu combine together to form a Anu. This padarth or cheese we call matter in English. To any matter, it is made up of small particles. It is made up of small particles. The particles, it is called, in fact it is called, the smallest particle is called atom, and the smallest particle, two or more smallest particle combine together to form a molecule. For example, here one hydrogen atom plus one hydrogen atom combines together to form a molecule of hydrogen. Two oxygen atoms combine together to form a molecule of oxygen. Three oxygen atoms combine together to form a molecule of oxygen. So this padarth, we call it matter. Parmanu, it is called atom, and Anu, it is molecule. This concept of Maharishi Kannad was also supported by the Greek philosopher Democritus and all the philosophers. So, according to Maharishi Kannad, matter consisted of indestructible minute particles called Parmanu. Param means ultimate and Anu means particle. So the smallest particle is called Parmanu. If it is smallest, that means it cannot be further divided. So a Parmanu does not exist in free state, but it combines with another Parmanu to form a bigger particle called Anu, like hydrogen atom, oxygen atom, any. This is your chlorine atom. This chlorine atom does not exist independently. So it combines with another chlorine atom and forms a molecule of chlorine. It is not necessary that the similar or identical atoms will combine. It may also happen one atom of hydrogen and one atom of chlorine combines together to form one molecule of hydrogen chloride. How it is formed? What is the rule for the formation of a molecule. We will see it later on after 2-3 classes. So, atoms does not exist independently. There are different type of Parmanus. Each one exhibit specific properties. Different types of Parmanus means different types of atoms. Suppose if you take a piece of iron, the smallest particle, all the atoms of iron will be identical. And if we take a piece of gold, all the atoms of gold will be identical, but the atoms of iron will differ from the atoms of gold. Anyway, this idea that any substance, it is made up of smallest particle, Parmanu, the Greek philosopher Democritus also supported this concept. And later on it was also supported by John Dalton in 1808. He considered atoms as indivisible particles. Indivisible particles, in Greek there is a word atomos. Atomos. Atomos means which cannot be divided. So if the particle is smallest, we cannot divide it further. Therefore, that smallest particle is called atoms. According to this John Dalton, he gave some ideas. This is called Dalton's concept, Dalton's atomic theory. According to this theory, atoms can neither be created. Matters first. All the matters are made up of very small indivisible particles, which is called atoms. He also said that atoms can neither be created nor destroyed. Atoms of an element are alike. They are identical in all respects, but the atoms differ from the atoms of other elements. Just right now I told you what I told you, कि all the atoms of an iron piece will be identical and all the atoms of gold will be identical, but the atoms of gold will differ from the atoms of iron. Atoms of an element combine in a small number to form a molecule. We had seen that atoms combine together to form a molecule. These atoms may be similar or may be dissimilar. Atoms of one element combine with atoms of another element in a short ratio. Simple ratio means short ratio. It is not so that two atoms will combine. Two atoms of hydrogen will combine with 4 atoms of hydrogen will form 3 molecules of hydrogen. No. Only one atom, smallest ratio, which is also called simplest ratio. Atoms combine in simplest ratio. Atoms are the smallest unit of matter which used to take part in chemical reactions. Here is the latest research on atoms has proved that most of the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory are not correct. We will see it today itself why the Dalton's atomic theory is incorrect nowadays. We will see it. In class 7, 8, 9, we had studied that in an atom there are electrons which revolves around the nucleus. At the nucleus of an atom, this is the nucleus, and if it is the atom, at this nucleus there are protons and neutrons, and around this nucleus the electrons revolve in the imaginary path which is called as your orbit. That means an atom, it is made up of electron, proton and neutron. For example, we have also studied that an atom is electrically neutral. Why an atom is electrically neutral? Because an atom has, suppose this is sodium, it has 11 proton and 11 electron. Both have same charge, 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. But what is the difference? The proton has positive charge and electron has negative charge. As a whole, as a result, an atom is electrically neutral. If sodium has 11 electron, 11 proton, so here 281, 11 is the atomic number of sodium. To obtain the octet, to complete its octet, it will lose one electron. It will form sodium positive ion. It means there are three things, electron, proton and neutron, which are present in the atoms. These electron, proton and neutron are called subparticles or atomic particles of an atom. So one of the first indication that atom consists of subatomic particles means an atom is made up of charged particles. This theory was put forward कैसे कि Faraday saw that flow of electricity. These are the things कि Michael Faraday's, Goldstein, Chadwick, these are different concepts. They had given different concepts that an atom can be charged. कैसे, how it may be formed charged. This sodium was neutral due to 11 proton and 11 electron. But if sodium loses one electron, it becomes sodium ion. Now it will be positively charged. Why? It has 11 proton, 11 positive charge, and after losing one electron, it has only 10 electrons. So it has now one positive charge. This will be charged. Similarly, this chlorine, it has 2, 8, 7, 17 proton and 17 electron. To complete its octet, it needs one electron. So it will gain one electron and it becomes chloride ion. Now it has 17 proton but 18 electrons, means one electron is in excess, one negative charge is in excess. So this chlorine, which was earlier neutral, will have one extra negative charge and will be negatively charged. So an atom which is neutral can be changed to positive charge or negative charge either by losing or gaining electron. After losing, it forms the ion, forms the charge which is called cation, and after gaining it forms negative charge or it is called anion. So these three subparticles, electron, proton and neutron, they have different criteria regarding their charge. Electron is positively charged, electron is negatively charged, proton is positively charged, where the neutrons are neutral. Now, what is an element? Element, it is a substance which is made up of only one kind of atoms. Suppose if we take a piece of copper, if we powder it, if we grind it, all the small particles, they will be called atoms. So a copper plate or copper wire, it is made up of only one type of atoms. So element is a pure substance, and that atom, copper atom, cannot be changed into iron atom, cannot be changed into gold atom. Therefore, element is a pure substance that can neither be broken down, broken down into or form simple substance, or cannot be changed into another substance by ordinary physical or chemical method. Means elements cannot be changed from one type to another type. Atoms cannot be changed from one type to another type. This concept was given by John Dalton. My dear students, we will come to know later on that nowadays it is possible that an atom can be changed to another atom. We will see it, something we will see in this class, and rest we will see in the another class, class 10. Nowadays, by chemical method, we will see it. These methods are called fusion and fission. And there are other processes by which an atom can be changed to another atom. For example, here carbon is an element because it cannot be divided into two or more another substances. Like if it is carbon, we cannot change it in nitrogen and hydrogen or this thing. Radioactivity, the process of radioactive decay at high energy nuclear reactions can transfer one ordinary substance into another. We will come to know how hydrogen, just right now I had told you that we will come to know how an atom can be changed to another type of atom by nuclear fission or fusion or radioactivity, how they loses electron, how they loses alpha particles, beta particles, and they are changed from one form to another form. Now what is an atom? An atom is the smallest particle of an element that exhibit all the properties of that element. So far, it exhibit all the properties of that element. Suppose if we take a piece of iron once again and we go on grinding, there will be many atoms of that piece of iron. All the atoms will be attracted towards a magnet. They have the similar properties. But if we take a piece of gold, go on grinding, none of the atom will be attracted toward gold. So the atoms of one element has identical properties. Atoms may or may not exist independently but take parts in chemical reactions. So my dear students, there are all the metals like sodium, calcium, magnesium, iron, aluminium, they all are metals. So the atoms of metals exhibit or they exist in independent nature in the state. Plus there are 6 inert gases like helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. They exhibit in independent nature. So these atoms are atoms of metals and atoms of inert gases they exhibit in independent nature. That's why it is said that atoms may exist. Atoms may exist or may not exist independently, but they take part in chemical reaction. Here is an example of zinc. You take a piece of zinc and go on grinding it into small pieces. All these pieces show similar property of zinc. On grinding them further, they break up and break up and break up into very and very fine particles. One stage will come that the particles cannot be further divided into small particles. These indivisible particles are termed as atoms. This smallest particle is called atom. So, the atom is the smallest possible unit or particle of an element. So, my dear friend, this is for today. On the next day, we shall proceed the next topic. See you. All the best. Bye bye.